I just feel that, imagine nostalgia and the yearning for something like that, and kind of I want to use the word craving as well, some extreme things. So that's what it was getting on, Um, so let's see here. So so then it talks about home is a social construct. It is a racial and a gender place. Everyone has their own different roles and rules in homes. So it produces a longing. Both in the good, neutral, and the bad for that, um, because it's so home. It's what we are used to. It's a happy, comfortable place with family and everything. So obviously we would be feeling that. So the longing for things like that, the longing for home and everything, and for family and all of the comforts that it has to offer, all the emotions going with it, are exactly the stuff that is that cancer is made of. So then it goes on to say, so in this book we will talk about how the archetype of Cancer influences a variety of social rules. Rules such as child, parent, worker, lover, and country. Hence all the different categories that we're going to be looking at in July. So during these clubbuses, we're going to be looking at the introduction section in the indominant month. The dominant month is all of the other sections, like, say, Cancer as a child or Cancer as an adult, and we'll be going through those more quickly. I will not. I don't think that I'll be doing anything for Leo season because I do not have the sign in my chart. I think it's a really, really great and interesting sign. I just don't have it anywhere. So I'm not going. We're not going to be doing anything for that. But if you want to, you can go in and read that book and read certain sections. And I think that during Lego season, it'll be a great time to catch up on Aries Clubus and maybe even do a little bit of Aquarian Clubus and Gemini Clubus and things that we didn't get to in earlier seasons. So that's what this Leo, Scorpio, and Capricorn seasons are going to be. So they're not going to be like every other astro season. Okay. So every other astrological season, Clubus. Okay. But so anyway, let's see here. So we'll talk about how the longing for homeland, the longing for homeland, again, the yearning, and the nostalgia for homeland. So the nostalgia for history and the inheritance of memory have affected these social rules in the 21st century. We will talk about Cancer as an archetype and define an archetype as that which produces meaning and a frame that encompasses an infinite number of symbols. So an infinite number of symbols, which are listed over here. So these are all so actually look on the next page. So look on the page to your right and you can see all those words written out. Okay? And these are symbols and themes of Cancer. Okay? So let's see. Do I need yes. Yeah, sometime in July probably. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can write these words out for you here. Let's see. What is this? Okay. So actually I'm going to turn it over so that I can write down all of these things. And this is not only for the Clubus, but also for the Minton. So, the words are, let's see what they are. So, I'm trying to see here. So, let's see, the very, very first one that we're going to talk about is bed. Bed. You obviously know what a bed is. So you sleep in the bed. So this is part of cancel. It is cancel, the flavor of cancel is anything coochie. Anything really, really comfy. Like they really, really love, sleeping in the room and like the bed sheets and the pillow and comfort and all those types of things. And bed is associated with home. So, the real comfort and the real, protection and security. It also nurtures because sleep, sleep nurtures, the body, and that's, part of how we function is we sleep. So there's another thing with bed. So, the next word is belonging. Belonging. A sense of belonging. So belonging means to be, let's see, words. Okay, well, I'll use this. So it means to be fitting in. Belonging is fitting in, a sense of fitting in. So, belonging. Belonging in a certain place, in a certain setting, in a certain family. Bonding, connecting. Let's see, I'm feeling very positive and comfortable and just tranquil and at peace, and also security and comfort with, the actual belonging in a certain place. Feeling of, safety and relaxation. All those things go with belonging. Does anyone have any other words to describe belonging and the feeling of it? Okay, wonderful. So then the next word is birth. Birth. So birth, think about the mothers. The mothers are the one who get pregnant. The mothers are the one who raise you. And you come out of your mom's tummy. So also that connects to mom. So birth. Think of how sweet, and also very, very vulnerable and cute that babies are. And I would not have the same opinion had it been several years ago. But just in general, like even for panda bears, think of think of the whole idea of birth and being born from your mother's womb is something so precious, and as a part of a family and emotional connection, and the sense of and just a sense of joy, and then the clinging on, and then that nurturance and that growing and that understanding and that security of a mother. But that gets more into Aries. What we looked at during Aries season, we looked at the importance of the baby and then the child. And I think that applies a little bit more to Aries as it does to Cancer. but still hand in hand. So then collection. Well, collection also goes with Virgo. The sense of security, of knowing where everything is, of the organization, everything in its place. Keeping track of everything, and the whole collection of family members and their connection and their bonding. So that is something also with that. And then let's see what else. Comfort. Comfort is a really, really, really big one. Comfort is a big one. So, we've already talked about comfort. Things that are comfortable. Things that are safe and that we feel just tranquil and secure about. Like, and protected and safe. So things like, food, dinner table, family, home, everything along those lines. And so then there's going to be consumption. Remember we talked about the importance of food earlier in the chapter, consuming food, which we looked at, holding cultures. We looked at how food is culturally important. And it also holds the nations together, where everyone's sitting around the table with their families, with good food and good conversation, with good connection and bonding, and just that positive feeling of it, and also the nurturance, because we need to live off of it. So, the real comfort. So, Cancerian food would probably be things like chicken pie, your vegetables in there, it's nice and comforting and hearty. I think that during Capricorn season, we are going to be talking a lot about Cancer. And we might even have Cancer Clubus again in Capricorn season, because there's not going to be any Capricorn Clubus. Let's see here. So consumption, domesticity, like domesticated in its comfy, happy place, whatever. So domesticity. I'll write that down here. Okay. There's another one. Okay, for some reason, this thing is always loosening up. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna fix it. Family days will start tomorrow again. So yesterday was a family day, and then tomorrow will be another family day, okay? So, let's see here. So, then the next word is incredibly, incredibly important. And a really, really, like one of the big themes of Cancer is family. Bonding, connected, feeling tranquil, secure, all those things I said before. So, family. Okay, and I shouldn't have to talk about it. Let's see. Femininity. Femininity is another one. Let's see here. Feminine. Cancer represented by the mother. Water is feminine, and the mother is feminine. The whole idea of staying home and taking care of the family, mothering, nurturing, cooking the meals, taking care of the house, everything. Really, really feminine qualities. Home sense of tranquility and connectedness and security that provides. Home is a big one. Let's see here. Homeland. You know, it's like all of the places and all of the people and the sites, all the familiar nostalgia that we talked about. And again, those emotions and feelings going along with that. Homesickness. Homesickness, I mean, as we said again, feeling the longing for home. Missing it, feeling the yearning for it, that kind of thing, and feeling nostalgia. Home cooking. Again, the comfort of that and the nurturance of that. Because, the whole idea of food and the mother. Kinship or kindship. Being kind, being feeling, being sympathetic, empathetic, caring. Luminescentness, I don't know why that's still. The masses, that's an interesting one. So the masses, like, everyone, like all the family members. It's like the masses refers to a lot of people. But let's see here. This is an important one. Matriarchy. So, matriarchy comes from the word matrilineal, which, especially in African culture and history, means feminine. It means, it's like coming from the mother. So, it's like if you talked about, family rulings, like, king, queen, or whatever, patriarchy or patrimonial would be male. It would be, maybe the father's descendants, and, the brothers in line. And then matriarchy and matrimonial is the mother and the sisters in line. King, patriarchy, patrimonial, queen, matriarchy, matrimonial. So, so anything, it's like, patriarch is like a male hero, or a male knight, or a male, leader, and, protector, and, courageous, brave one for his community, for his state or country or whatever. So, a president would be, the patriarchy. So, but, if we're talking about Cancer, then it's matriarchy. And then menstrual style, milk. Again, that nurturance, and then that nourishment, and then that care. So milk, nurtures us, it cares for us, it makes us grow, and that also has to do with the mother as well. It's so vitally important when you think of home. It's like raising a child. All of these things are encompassed in Super Nanny. So mom is another one. We talked about that one already. Mom is another one. Nostalgia. I'm just writing these along the sides here. Okay. Ocean. Like think of the ocean. Like, so the crab, and I'm not going to spoil it, so like think of the symbol of Cancer. The symbol of Cancer is the crab And crabs come from the sea, comes from the ocean, and the ocean is water, which is the element of Cancer. And just the crab, I think of the crab being washed by the tide, and the tide is it's like it's like the enemy. It's like the like the like the what's against Cancer in the world. So then it has the protective shell, which is the home, and then that Cancer person is actually what's inside, like the actual crab inside of there. Um, so, which is really, really soft, and squishy. So, primordial soup, primordial soup. But let's actually just forget about that one. Let's look at soup. We talked about soup. It's like it helps. It's like it kills and nurtures it. It helps. Here's a really, really big one. Soup helps cure colds, and mothers give soup to the old sick children. Caring and understanding and feeling, and nurturing them with the soup. Um, I'm gonna make them feel better, and that's another very motherly thing to do. So that's that. The caring and the it's like the giving and the nurturing all comes from the caring and the feeling and the understanding, the empathizing. So let's see here. So reproduction is a scientific biological term. I'll write soup down here. Reproducing new family members and caring, understanding, empathizing, and nurturing them. With like children and babies and all that kind of thing. What like reproduction means, it's like copies, reproducing. Like children after children, generation after generation. Posterity, family lines, family lineages, family trees, all Cancer-related things. And so then there was salt. Salt is another one. So salt is another one. So I think of salt. It makes foods taste better. Its origins were back in Africa, when people would use salt blocks, and they would actually use those salt blocks to cover up foods that weren't fresh and to add flavor, and it was really, really precious, more precious than gold even. And now we use salt as like the powder or the flakes of salt in everything, in desserts, and real cooking. In like savory cooking. So, Cancer Virgo is a very, very good, like that's the mother combination. Virgo is the one who is also going to be very analytical and very detail oriented, and doesn't want to criticize but says things to help. Out of caring, out of selflessness, out of serving and giving and wanting organization and cleanliness. And that's very mother-like. Wanting the best for their child. That also comes with nurturing, caring, raising, all those things. And then security, and then insecurity. Home and family relationship. If it's good, then it's like if there's a connectedness, if there's a nourishment, if there's a bond there, or whatever, then it is security. If the home is not very, very friendly, and there's a lot of things outside attacking, and the family's in a very vulnerable place, and they can still feel sad, depressed, scared, or whatever, or if the family's not very, very nice, and cancer isn't connected, then it results in insecurity. So I'm going to be writing that one down here if I can find the room. So security, insecurity. Okay. Let's see if there was any other one. So then source. Source is the next one. Source is the next one. Source is where something comes from. You obviously come from your home. You come from your family. You come from your mother's stomach. So it's where you came from, really, is what it's talking about. And then tides. I already talked about tides. Because the symbol for tides is, that's the enemies. That's what's against Cancer, who feels all those, sad, scared, depressed, vulnerable, needs the protection, needs the bondedness, needs the safety and the nurturance of the family and the mother. Womb. Well, I'm also going to put warmth as well. So, warmth. Feeling warm. That warm energy, because Cancer is very, very soft and warm. It's very positive, tranquil, cool, but warm energy. And then killing, giving, and understanding, and bonding, and all that kind of things. So, let's see. So, and then womb. That goes with source, because it's like think of that's where you came from. When you were pregnant, it's like when mothers are pregnant, their children come from the womb, and children, the genteel, kind of, lightness and warmness and taking care and nurturing children. So, that's all we're going to be talking about today with Cancer Clavis. What's going to be happening is we're going to be taking a break. That's all that we're going to do this morning. And then this afternoon you get to look forward to time with Chuck. We're going to come back here, book, reading, and learning and discussing. That also is going to be including learning the theme song for Cancer. Okay, so I really, really appreciate your focus today. There was one more thing. Deborah, do you have anything to say? Oh my goodness me. Okay. So, alright everyone. So, I want to make this announcement to all my Minton. Okay, so, thank you very, very much for joining me. And we'll also watch the horoscope as well. So, actually you can go and then send them back here. Alright everybody. Now, alright, good morning. So, here's the thing. Deborah Silverman has posted a new playlist on her channel. A new playlist on her channel. On her YouTube channel. And the playlist is called Signs Under Pressure, or Signs in a Crisis. I would call it Signs in a Crisis. And she's been posting them one by one on Facebook, but I don't think that any of you can get on Facebook, or that's at least one thing I wouldn't see myself doing or saying, for that matter, because I don't have Facebook. I don't go on Facebook. No, that's a whole nother can of worms I'm not familiar with. But so anyway, let's see. So she's been posting the videos. So signs under pressure, signs in a crisis, and how each and every sign acts, and what each and every sign says, in a crisis, like like in a pandemic and in quarantine and feeling pressured and like really depressed and trapped, and also under stress and feeling frustration and maybe anger and annoyance, all those kind of things. So then she talks about the medicines of what each sign needs to do. So what I want you all to do is I want you to go in and I want you to watch your sign, but I also want you to watch the other signs as well. Maybe your moon and rising preferably, because you might resonate more with your moon sign, you might resonate more with your Mercury, you might resonate more with your rising or your sun. It's just who you are. But you're not just your sun sign. It's just you are one in all the different placements. So I would highly recommend that you go and see all of them. For me, the lesson is to, mind if I say it, to, slow down and apologize if I were to say or do anything impulsive. But so anyway, you can go in, watch your side, okay, and hear Deborah Silverman's golden words of wisdom. So you can all do that, okay? Also, the horoscope. And I'm also posting videos on my YouTube channel of all the horoscopes. I'm going to be putting my Gemini horoscopes and also putting on the rest of the Aries horoscopes and maybe the Taurus ones as well, and also the chart for Gemini. I have a lot to do. I will not be posting anything for Leo, Scorpio, or Capricorn season. So the next season is going to give me a lot of time to housekeep and put things on my channel. If you haven't seen it yet, I posted video for the horoscope Sun and Cancer, Moon in Virgo, and I also put on here 3 videos on Tartaria also, which is a country that you never heard of before and something that is not taught. So anyway, let's see here. So you can go in and watch that, because that's a country that, as I said again, there might be not a whole lot of books